welcome back to Traffic Talks. We are officially on episode 4. Yeah, I kind of said that with a question mark because I was sure. Yeah, this is episode 4. I'm kind of confused because this was actually recorded 2 weeks ago, didn't make it into editing, ended up being forgotten about, recorded something else in its place, and now I'm recording this one. So, still haven't figured out what on earth is going on with my editing software. Haven't tried out a new one, and I'll get there. As you can hear, I'm still sick. So this is again going to be a podcast where it's just free flow. Hope I don't mess up too much because zero editing will take place, unfortunately. Because I do enjoy the editing part. Well, I can't, but I do enjoy it. It's quite fun to mess around with all the things. So there's that. Second thing I wanted to mention was I want to have a song of the week. Like, you know, you get like obsessed with a song, like just for a short period of time. So a while back, it was actually a song called Good in Goodbye by Madison Beer, and it was like a very, I wouldn't say a breakup kind of a song. I think it's almost like a post-breakup, like, I'm already over you, I'm moving on, I'm doing me, you were bad for me, I realized that, and now I'm going on with my life kind of a song, if that makes sense. So that was a song I honestly listened to 100 times or more the weekend it came out, because it came out on a Friday, and I downloaded the song. The song is like 2.5 minutes. I drove 20 minutes up to fetch my mom like twice. So just that maths alone is insane. And then while I was at home, I listened to it like so many more times. Like, I've listened to that song over 100 times in the weekend it came out, which is insanity, but that's just how good the song is. So this week's song is called Sue Me by Sabrina Carpenter. It's spelled S-U-E and then space M-E. I know it sounded funny when I said it, so I thought I'd just spell it. By Sabrina Carpenter, and it's a bomb song. I can't get over it. I've listened to like the obvious, like the recorded version or album version, and then she does like an a cappella version, and that is so gorgeous because she has such a good voice. So definitely check it out if you have time. It's a brilliant song. Very similar thing. It's like a post-breakup song, but it's like a very like empowering song. I've said like 5 times, which is insanity, and I can't go edit it out. Welcome to the real world. So the theme of this week, aside from the awesome song I just recommended, is kind of a follow-up to last week's hustle culture and not obeying it kind of a thing. And it's kind of following on the side of rest and recovering, and not just giving into hustle culture and not taking time for yourself. So this week is more about rest, relaxation, and just recharging. The 3 R's, if you will. Because taking time to relax after work and taking a weekend to just recover is 2 completely different things. Having a hectic day at work and relaxing afterwards is fine. It should honestly be the norm. But recovering after a hectic week or weekend, or even just taking time to recover from an illness, which clearly I have not done, would definitely be, priority number 1. It would be the most vital thing you should do for yourself. Yet a lot of us don't. And that to me is, it's sad, but it's also bad. Those rhymed very unintentionally. Like I said, this is just me rambling and going on. I have a vague idea of how I wanted it to go, but that flew out the window when this bus tried to like ram into me right about now. So I'm sorry about that. to the topic of recovery. Like taking time for yourself to, as I always say, pull yourself towards yourself. Like you said, I just lose it. So this is the time to just gather everything and shove it in one bag, so it at least is all in one place. It's kind of like acknowledging you have a problem but you're not ready to do something about it. But just acknowledging it makes you feel better. That was me this past weekend. Like I did the thing and I realized like, oh, I should not have done that. But I'm not ready to deal with it. So just acknowledging it's like, I feel half better already. This is anonymous, as you guys know. So my mother this weekend, I had plans to go to an appointment and then go to a friend afterwards. My mother hijacked my day, somehow wormed her way into getting me to cancel by saying, the person will understand, it'll be fine. I mean, just ask them. And I did. And they didn't reply to my message until like the next day. So I kind of did take it as, they clearly weren't responding. And they did explain why, so I'm cool with them now, it's fine. But still, the fact that she got me to cancel plans I had honestly been looking forward to the entire week was upsetting. The fact that she thought she could hijack my weekend when I barely have time for myself during the week, let alone on the weekend. And then couple that with the fact that she actually had the audacity, and I kid you not, to tell me, but next week you can do what you want. Like I owe her my time. I have never been more upset in my life in that moment. I actually was so upset, I literally broke out into like an evil laugh. And I actually said to my mother, like, I need your permission to have a good weekend, to do what I want with my weekend. And thinking back, that was very hypocritical, because it's like, I just let you hijack my weekend and I'm telling you I'm not going to let you hijack my weekend. Like, what is wrong with you? But it's because I didn't see it that way in that moment. Looking back, hindsight 2020, just like this year, 2020, inappropriate time for a joke, I apologize. But basically that is it. I wish I had been either able to see the future or go back to my past, but I can't. All I can do is just learn and hope I don't make the same mistake next time, because it was truly upsetting. I mean, I love spending time with my mom, but the fact that she thought she could hijack my day, be fine until a certain point and another incident occurred, and then just think she can just, bash over it like nothing happened. Because later in that day, she actually said, but she wasn't speaking directly to me, it was more of a general thing, but she did say, I do so much for you guys and you guys do nothing for me. I had gotten a birthday voucher. I had taken her to the store that's like 35 minutes away from our house. Okay, driven all the way there, and I let her use my voucher, and she bought nothing for me with that voucher. And then she has the audacity to say that us as a whole do nothing. I was like, this is not the royal we. Be specific or don't mention it, because that is just not fair to those who do things for you. So I was highly upset. My day was basically ruined. I had gotten a whole bunch of birthday vouchers for my birthday from various places. So I'd gotten a Simply Asia voucher of $50 that they loaded onto my card, a Macro voucher which we used Saturday, and various other vouchers that I've either used or still plan on using, because I'm like within the bracket of time that they give. And I actually spent all my points and my birthday voucher getting lunch for my mom and myself at Simply Asia. And this woman was going on even till the next day about, can no one just like take over making lunch one day a week? And I swear to you, I went off pop and I said, but did I not get us lunch yesterday? And she's like, that was one meal. I mean, how many times did I cook for you? I was so over it. Like, so over it. So I ended up kind of just blocking out my Sunday and just doing me. So I did some skincare, I rearranged some things, I redecorated my door, I put up a whole bunch of things, cleared out a whole bunch of things. I was literally walking around like Father Christmas, just carrying all sorts of things out and away, and that made me happy. Because like I'm really on this, as I've said multiple times before, this whole decluttering and minimizing kind of a thing. This is still a topic I plan on broaching, but minimalism is not something I feel I subscribe to, simply for the fact that there are too many areas in my life where I'm a maximalist. For example, coffee. I have 3 different machines for coffee alone, and that does not include the one I have at my current job, where the boss actually got an espresso machine for a previous employee, and he supplies us with espresso pods of various brands. So we got Starbucks, we got importers, we've got the Checkers Nespresso pod compatible pod things. So I mean, it's excessive. At home I have almost every shape of baking pan you can imagine, in every size, because I love to bake. We have, well, personally, I have an excessive amount of technology. I love tech things. Like my previous few phones, I still have them and still use them because they still work, and I am actually expecting an upgrade. So like my current phone is working fine. It just needs to be upgraded because the contract is being renewed, and it's pointless not getting a phone on the contract, especially because when I upgrade, I usually get a cheaper package, a better phone, and a better price, which is once again just the thrifted things that I do. And I'm very like frugal when it comes to things. Anything that I can do to get anything I can do to not get a quick buck, but kind of like save money and find a way to make it frugal. Because certain things I do get excessive about. Like if I want something really good quality, as I mentioned, I will save up and wait and find a sale and eventually buy it. But it will be expensive and it will be a very good quality. But for the most part, I'm really conscious about how I spend my money. Anyway, back to the point that I was trying to make, which I have clearly gotten too far left that I've actually forgotten it. Oh, recovering. So, Sunday was spent just trying to kind of do me for the weekend. Like I said, skincare is something I need to get into. So I bought a small little travel / trial size, face wash, toner, day and night cream kind of a thing, which I'm using, and I'm just exhausted because it's a lot of work. So there's that. And Sunday's a good day because you can do like the whole thing. I do love doing face masks. So adding that to a Sunday routine is cool. Having my Sunday, be a day for me was nice. My brother actually made lunch on Sunday. He made homemade burgers, which was really, really nice because he's really good at making like meats. I'm good at making like chicken, if that makes sense. So that's just how we did it. And I was just cleaning up, throwing out, and like making my plans and prepping, because I truly enjoy like cleaning up and clearing out. Like even just washing dishes, I spent about an hour and a half cooking my food for Monday and Tuesday for lunch, and then cleaning up the kitchen afterwards. Like I washed the dishes, dried the dishes, washed some more dishes. Like that's what I was doing, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. So I was doing what I wanted to do, not doing it because someone else forced me and said, like, can you please do this? Can you please do that? It was out of my own volition that I did it. And I think that is the most important thing. I do wish I had gotten more sleep, because I kind of like worked myself up a bit, and then I don't sleep well. And as we know, 2020 is the year of good sleep for me specifically. So there's that. I'm still not completely recovered, meaning my training has gone down the drain, which I'm super upset about. But what can you do? You know, if your body's not feeling it, you shouldn't push yourself, which circles back to the whole rest and relaxation. You need to completely recover. It's almost like going out with a battery that's like 98%. If you just gave it that 2%, it would be fine and you'd feel better. But no, you were impatient. So you just plucked out the charger and just walked on. And what happens? Your phone dies when you needed it. So charge the phone like you charge yourself. All the way. Get good sleep, eat good food, exercise. Try not to stress too much, and say no to people. What's that movie where Jim Carrey plays the guy and he says yes to everything? Be the opposite of that. Say no. Do it for your sanity, because you can't say yes to everything. It'll drive you insane, and don't let people bombard you with their nonsense. Okay? That is my tip for this week. Just say no. And if you can't say no, say, let me check my calendar and get back to you. Because I just chuck everything into my calendar, and a lot of people are upset about it. And I'm just like, too bad for you. I've dedicated this weekend to catching up on washing, you know. So, you do you. Figure out what makes you happy and rested and relaxed and helps you recover from a long week, and go for it. You do that. Okay? So that's your mission for this week. Figure out what helps you relax and calm down and rest, and incorporate that into your weekends, or a little bit into your evenings if you can. And that should hopefully help you. That's my unsolicited advice for this week. Shout out to my bestie. He knows who he is, just for being such a strong support. Because honestly, when my thing bombed, I was so upset that it wasn't working. I couldn't edit properly. So I'm getting there. And he made a brilliant suggestion, which I will look into. As you know, I haven't had time, but I'm getting there. So thank you for that. To everyone else listening, if there is even anyone, hi. Thank you for listening. This is officially the end. So thank you, and I'll see you in next week's podcast. Okay? Love you. Bye.